Hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. If you're watching on replay, hello. The questions are not at the moment, but they will be down in the description box, and I'll be timestamping will be added a little bit later, but it will be there later. Okay. So hello. Welcome to the Trump shutdown, day 3. Why, yes. Also, just wanted to mention a couple of things. One, I am afraid I've had complaints over the years off and on about the nails being a little crazy, but I have to warn you that it's October and this is the Black and Orange channel. So if you really, really don't like the crazy nails, this might not be the month for you. Sorry. Because I'm Batman. Look. Whoa. Flip, flying away. Anyway. Hello. All right. We are going to start with oh gosh, there's so much to cover. There's so much. Okay, and I'm not very well organized. If you have any prayers to spare, please do send them toward Sarah and her father, please. He's going through an experimental procedure, and we need to send prayers. So, yeah, Sarah's struggling. So she absolutely has a day off, and yeah, I won't see her for a while. So, okay. Thank you. Nail haters, yes. Oh no, I get them. Okay. Anyway, all right, there's that. Sarah did, however, just send me a, yes, it does match. Sarah did send me at 2 minutes 50 seconds in. I have a question. Sarah sent me the recording because apparently if you try calling the White House right now, guess what you get? KK Caroline herself in a recording saying the Democrats have shut down the government because they insist on giving health care to illegal aliens, which is a bunch of bonkers bull. You can't, if you're not a legal resident, you can't get on Medicare. You can't, this is ridiculous. Anyway, but yeah, official, that is the official thing. If you call the White House, I want to know if this is going to backfire. This constant partisanship and lying. Raymond, I can't repeat it, but generals gathered in the masses just to listen to, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Here's the thing. As the bubble is breaking around the far right, around dumpster fire and the Republicans, people are like, wait a second, the prices of everything are going up. I can't afford, this is getting really hard. My job's on the line, or I've lost my job, all of this. And then all the president is doing is blaming. All that this administration is doing is blaming. Get up. I have to get up and go find a job. You, Trump, all of them. You can get up, you can come off the golf course, and you can do something to fix this situation. You control the presidency, you control the Senate, you control the House of Representatives. Yeah, Melissa, thank you so much. Gifted 20 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Lady Eva, for reminding me. I agree. CJ Brooks, Facts and Receipts, by the way, fantastic name. I love this. Congress members should not be getting paid right now. CJ Brooks is wise. Yes, listen to CJ Brooks. Okay. What have I got here? Oh yeah, it's pathetic attempting to bludgeon. Make you laugh. Trumpy trying to bludgeon. He's not. We know he's not acting in good faith. We know that in this deck, because I've talked about it 8 million times. We know in this deck, the Eight of Pentacles, instead of just being a card of working every day, that kind of day-to-day work. This is a con job in this deck, and there are things people had that they wanted change because they wanted something better. No. Remember that on social media that someone took a video of Barack Obama coming off of Air Force One and shaking everybody's hands at the people who came to see him, and they put the song over that was "Baby Come Back." You can blame it all on me. Yeah, but so instead we get Stephen Miller. Da 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 da. We get Nazi Ferratu and Keg's Breath and KK Caroline. Seven of Cups. They're lying. Of course, their base is their base, but even their base is hurting. It's one thing to say, well, I don't care if I'm hurting as long as we stick it to the libs, or I don't care I don't care if I don't get something as long as those people over there don't get it either. It's one thing to say that, but it's a whole other thing when the whole system is breaking down around you. Then it's and it's only the billionaires who are being invited to the party at Mar-a-Lago, and you're wondering how to keep a roof over your head. So this doesn't. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, all of M. Kelpie, yes, all of this to avoid bringing out the Epstein files. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, so did that guy on social media? He said if Speaker Johnson didn't seat the duly elected Democrat by, was it Wednesday? He said he would release entertainment on the YouTube. He said he would release Speaker Johnson's Grindr something profile or something. I haven't heard anything, and it's Friday. Though what I was picking up was that he's super weird, but I wasn't picking up Grindr. But please prove me wrong. Go ahead. That's fine. I can't stand the man. That says a guy has gone into hiding and consulted an attorney. Well, I know he was saying he had consulted an attorney, but going into hiding, eh. If it's real, it's real. If it's real, all you have to do is go send that to send what you have to journalists. They'll take the heat. So, Anyway, blaming Democrats, it just makes them look as pathetic as they are. To be blaming the Democrats, blame the Democrats, blame the Democrats. Mm-hmm. Chemical Squirrel says he said the journalists are vetting sources right now. Well, we'll see. Thank you, Michelle Grande. Going to prove the authenticity of his account. Okay. Thank you. Well, let's have a quick look at 11 minutes, 30 seconds in. The question is, what's going to happen is a Grindr or equivalent account, entertainment only, profile of Speaker Mike Johnson going to be real and be out here in the world. Oh no, that's absolutely true, Amy. They have blamed the Dems on the government websites. Yeah. Release the Epstein files. Okay, maybe a little bit of partying. You know what he'd say. He'd say what he always says. If something like that came out, one, he'd say it was fake. And two, he would say, well, everybody on the other side has it. I don't know. I don't want to call the guy a liar. I already think the man is just a screaming hypocrite. And do not tell me or pretend you are so Christian. Bullpucky. Yeah, this is blaming the other side. There's justice. Lies. I don't know. This could be a cease and desist. This could be, or more important stuff comes out like release the Epstein files. That's all. I'm not getting. I don't know. I don't know why I'm not getting anything like that. And you know me. Suzanne says, clear violation of the Hatch Act, illegal as heck. But what does that matter? Yeah, pretty much that point. Yeah. Raymond says we have to be on the positive side. It would have taken forever to convince high-ranking military officers that their leaders are unfit and untrustworthy, but Keg's Breath in 45 did that in one morning. Good point, Raymond. Just right now, just a little tiny bit of time. Yes. Also, have you seen photographs of the people who were sitting, the people high up in the military who were sitting in that audience? I mean, we know that they're not supposed to clap, but It was just absolute stone face. It was an entire audience of just... Now picture you are narcissistic Trump and you come out to an entire audience that is literally... That's why when he came out, he was like, you can clap, you can react. That's okay. If you don't like it, you can get up and leave. Although at that point, your career will be over. And then everyone laughed. And then immediately... must have driven him crazy. Traveling Light Tarot says he basically asked them to clap and they still didn't. Yeah. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Jolie says if he was a teacher, he'd be used to that. Oh, I love that. AJ said he got nothing from that crowd. Exactly. Oh boy. Anyway. All right. I have graphics. Because of course I do. So at 16 minutes, 45 seconds in, we have another question. Actually, we have another question, and then I have something funny to show you that Newsom came out with 2 days ago. But I'll show that in a minute, because I pulled that graphic in too. But what we're going to talk about right now is, and forgive me, the graphics are not quite to the point I want them to be, but they're not bad. There's been worse. All right. Go back up here, make sure I've got the right information handy to explain this. And I'll go back up here. Okay. There's been some talk about the system overall. And the fact that it isn't just one thing that's going wrong with the economy or social breakdown or what have you. It's multiple things. Now, my father, for a hobby, what he used to do is he used to go to these track events. And people didn't race their cars, but they would do timed events. So you're really, you need to improve on your own thing and what have you. But they weren't like racing each other at the time. It would have been too dangerous, what have you. So one of the things my father would do is he would teach regular people how to drive fast and as safely as possible. And one of the things he taught me was, if there is an accident, it isn't because of something going wrong. It's because a number of things went wrong in rapid succession. And there's a lot to that in general. So there has been a lot of talk about a mixed transition in complexity science. All right, don't let your eyes glaze over. That is a tipping point where multiple small stresses accumulate across an interconnected system. Okay, so for a long time the system seemed stable, and there are little cracks here and there, but the system itself, it's working. But then the cracks reach like a collapse point, a hidden threshold, and even a modest shock can trigger a large-scale shift in how the whole system behaves. The U.S. is vulnerable to this because the U.S. is not a single system. It is a mesh of tightly coupled subsystems. All right, and I've got a graphic. There. And you can ignore my notebook where I was working on my novel. Ignore. All right. I know the graphics are not up to my normal standards, but this gives you a basic idea. We're pulling out the clip art. And we have an interconnected system that is under stress, and it is under stress in all these different areas. And it isn't that one of them is seriously under stress. It's that there are cracks in all of these. So it doesn't guarantee the worst of the worst. It doesn't. But I just want you to be aware of what's happening. And this weekend and into next week, get Mr. Pumpkin. There we go. I'll pull out Mr. Pumpkin tomorrow. Because what I want to talk about is I can actually show you in the US chart what houses these different parts are generally in, and you can see the strain that's on them or not. Jolie says, I learned this in sociology. There we go. Amy says, what is mayor under the bottom of social cohesion? I have no idea. Like I said, this was last minute. I was on my own this morning and trying to throw things together, and I took the whole thing of information and I threw it at AI. I said, create this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been on until, I wouldn't have started until 1 o'clock. So I will try to improve this. Now, there was a simpler version that was just text, which at least the other one we had some clip art, but this talks more about it. Not just jobs and wages, say up here, but jobs, wages, spending. Finance are bonds, banks, credit, and debit. So you can see the different pieces a little bit better. So I just wanted to start today with, like I said, this weekend into early next week, we'll go through and look at the specific parts of the system, because this is a wee bit worrying. So, all right, I'll put this back up because it's got color and clip art. But yeah, the typo, whatever that is bugging me too. So, Bell is not a news source. Is that something bad in the graphic as well? Raymond says, fun fact, MAGA soybean farmers under Biden sold $18 billion worth of soybeans to China under Felonious 45. This year, they have not sold $1 to China. Legislation is spelled incorrectly. Okay, then I'll just take this down. I did my best. I did my best under time constraints. So, you know me by now. You know I'm much more picky. Build everything myself. So, no, you have nothing to apologize for. It was wrong. Anyway. All right, this interconnected system, because it's good that the outer planets are in good aspect to each other. Thank heavens. But they're all in aspect to each other. And I want to say in October, this month, Pluto's going to go direct again. Is that correct? Amy, nobody hates you. Well, we don't. So, oh, DL, is that a gray heart? I love that. I mean, this is the fear, because back in the early part of the 1900s. Yeah, I know. That's what the kids are calling it. You know, back in the 1900s. Okay. Back in the first half of the 1900s, the outer planets were forming aspects with each other, but it was a lot more, there was a lot more grief involved. And we also have an aspect, I think it's with Neptune, just at the top of my head, that we had at the beginning of the Civil War. It doesn't mean we're going to have a civil war now. It just means there is that tension. There is that dissolving of our foundations. So there's fear, but there's also knowledge. You know, we have some young people, which is great. Thank you. But we also have a lot of people here who you've heard firsthand, you've seen you've been through, you know, like if I shared my Great Depression chocolate cake, there are any number of you who would say, oh yeah, I'll get that recipe. So we have a lot of this knowledge from the Depression, from the downturns in the 70s, from the downturn in the 90s, the downturn after the housing market collapse. So these people in the this is the social breakdown. This is the cult. Four of Cups. This is not listening, not thinking it through, only out for yourself. You know, I shouldn't have to pay taxes at all. Do you use the roads? Then yeah, you should. Wheel of Fortune. Do you want to live in a country where it is not just crawling with criminals who are in dire straits? Do you want to live in a country where there is some level of education and opportunity and advancement and decency? Or do you just want to be a selfish jerk? Well, they've made their decision, but we haven't. Oh, right, Brain Affairs. Thank you. Thank you. Chariot. Movement. Disappointment. They can't get rid of us. They can't. If anything, they are strengthening. You can't go that far in one direction politically without empowering the mirror of that on the other side. The farther they go to the right, the further left the Democrats go in general. And you can't get rid of us. You can't. We outnumber you, first of all. But M. Kelby says, do you expect the fire department to show up if your home is on fire? Bloodhounder's asking, what is that deck? This is the Pulp Tarot. It's impossible to read, but it actually says Pulp Tarot on the back of the cards, and they are worn. I use these a lot. These are great cards to use for criminals. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just works out well. Okay. Yes, the pendulum swings. Yes. Thank you. Link to it should be in the description box. A populist deck. There we go. All right. So, like I said, this weekend, amidst the other questions and what have you, we'll go through that. So, yeah, the Justice card is awesome. All right. Oh, flights, Amy, I don't look up flights that went down. I was on the edge, just the very, very edge of the aviation industry for many, many years. I know a lot more about planes and flying than the average bear. And the fact is that it's a lot safer than most people think. But anyway, what lipstick is that? That is a combination. It is actually Nicka K's, Nicka, Nicka, K, letter K, red velvet. And then on top of it is L'Oreal's, it's a frosted, L'Oreal Beach Fuzz. It's this beautiful dark, dark red. And then I put a lot of that on top of it. Oh, there's even some still on there. I'll have to clean that off. Anyway, all right. Oh, and I promised something entertaining if you were willing to sit through my boringness about the systems. Where is it? Here we go. Dun, da, da. Governor Newsom, thank you, sir. Yeah. Look, it's transgender for everyone. And I would say maybe like I would have made this a little more blotchy, but then again, that's what he does. He just puts the makeup up here. He's so awful. So thank you, Governor Newsom. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, but he's going to have his ballroom now. The question starting, we'll say the question started at 31 minutes 30 seconds, because the question is actually related to this. The question is a little headline that I got. It's something that I guess happened in New York recently, but yeah, I woke up this morning to a bunch of headlines. Dun, da, da. Here. By the way, the monthly jobs report, dire, absolutely dire. And last month's was revised into negative territory as well. So, hang on. Oh yeah, the Sean Combs sentencing is today. All right, so where is it? Well, I'm a little frustrated with that. Okay, basically the government, Trump has suspended infrastructure money to Chicago. Yeah. So I'm thinking a lawsuit in 3, 2, 1. Apparently they did that to New York as well. And the reason Dumpy is saying he's doing this is to make certain none of the contracts are DEI. Something you do if you were screamingly, obviously racist, which he is. Debs, the Chicago, New York City, and New Jersey. Okay, thank you. During the stage, took back money for infrastructure in NYC too. Yeah, but now that the government is shut down, Dumpy is saying, well, that's why I was doing it, but I can't do anything now because the people who would do the research, they're furloughed, or they can't do their work because they're so oopsies. 3, 2, 1. Charles, peach fuzz lipstick or your lips growing hair? Gosh, I hope not. I'm getting older, but I haven't reached that point. So Chicago infrastructure. Pam says, wait till the blue states hold funds from them. Deborah says, tradesmen are going to love that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all of those people doing the work. Infrastructure in major cities like New York City, Chicago, on and on. It's a big deal. It's a lot of people. And did I say courts? Card for the reading. Justice. Boom. King of Pentacles. They're getting nice things. We have to stop that. So you steal the money? Withhold the money? Yeah, right. Things left undone. And then you end up on very shaky ground. How low can your poll numbers go? Yeah, this isn't going to turn out the way you think it is. No, actually, Tracy says there's been talk the orange dumpy pants is missing again. There was talk above that there's been a proof of grossness. Ugly life. Oh, what was that? Up here. Chemical Squirrels reminding us that there's a No Kings protest. No, it was this one. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Woodpile Witch. There we go. Chemical Squirrel. No Kings protest on the 18th. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. That reminds me, I have an art mystery, and I was going to ask you about it at the end of today. Should have mentioned that up front. Oh, well. So, yeah, this is, I don't care what Rasmussen has to say. Rasmussen, whatever. Rasmussen polling, I don't care what they have to say. It's not going well. It's not going well. And then we have lawyers, legal people. Plus, you've just made all those people in Congress mad. So why should they do anything to help you? Ever? But this is what you've done to the country. You would be emperor. Scumbag. Embodiment of all 7 deadly sins. Yeah. Okay. Tracy says, I'm going to be in a blue state on the 18th and out of Florida for the week. So excited. Oh, I hope you have a good time. Debsy says, according to a Trump tracker website, he's in the press briefing room. Oh, being in an enclosed space with him. Oh, terrifying. Charles says, I'm okay with that. I don't miss him. Wouldn't say I was missing him, Bob. That's a quote from a movie. All right. So, so we've got that mess going on. And then up here, there are a couple of things floating around on social media that are not true. And I want you to be aware of those. If I go back up here, I'll start at the top. Okay, so there's something going through social media saying that Wikipedia has banned conservative outlets. from being sources on Wikipedia is not true. They have, for quite a while, for years, Wikipedia editors have applied reliability guidelines. Sources like Breitbart, Daily Caller are considered, quote, generally unreliable, unquote, are heavily discouraged, while outlets like Fox News are rated as mixed. Usable for opinion, but not hard facts. These are community-driven editorial standards, not a new blanket ban. So, just letting you know. That is, if you hear that, it's not true. Okay. And all right, 1 second. Let me go down here. Okay, and now this is something Aaron Parnas at, the question would be at 41 minutes in. The question is, all right, this was Aaron Parnas posted about this morning. All right, and I'm of two minds about it. So I don't know if it's 100% reliable. All right, this is what we do know. Okay, a news outlet called American Journal News published a piece saying that a Tumblr blog, remember those? Engaged with content that, let's say, really liked adult playtime with people in Hugo, the original biggest selling Hugo Boss suits. Does that make sense? No, it's not just the playtime, it's the in the finest German finery threads. Yeah, sorry, I don't follow. This is Chemical Squirrel. Well, Kelly's saying, what are you talking about? Okay, there's a Tumblr blog. Do you remember? Okay, there used to be something called Tumblr, and they blog. Okay, and there's one that the blog itself is about adult playtime. I'm sure you know what that is. But of a particular kind that involves, let's just say, jackboots and a particular Indian symbol for luck that was co-opted. Maybe thinking it's attractive, the ugly mustache, the ugly little mustache. Yeah, put those two things together. There was a Tumblr blog about that. Okay, one of the people on it went by the name JRDEUX, capital J, capital R, capital D, EUX. Okay. There is a Republican nominee for Virginia lieutenant governor named John Reid. And it turns out that online, not necessarily there was someone there using the name he uses online. He has used online. So there is talk that the potential John Reid, the Republican nominee for Virginia lieutenant governor, may have engaged with content of that nature Reid has denied ownership or direct connection to that blog and calls the story a hit piece or fabrication. The blog, now deleted, had reposted images from extreme accounts, about as bad as you can get, and other media have reported earlier controversy. In April, Governor Glenn Youngkin, a Republican, called on Reid to drop out after news of a Tumblr account with images surfaced tied to a similar handle. Reid denied it, refused to withdraw. Youngkin, the Republican, told him, "Get out." So the controversy is active. My shelf where I keep the camera just fell. The camera just clutched its pearls. Sorry. Oh, no. You need to play along. Sorry, look into my eyes. All right, stay. Close enough. That was weird. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, by the way, anybody who's been helping me pay for my new computer, thank you. I can't send you messages on PayPal. It won't let me. I can show you. It'll just say, this person cannot be contacted. You cannot send a message to this person. So I'm not blowing you off. So thank you. Okay, back to our story. Okay. The camera was like, so yeah. So it's not proven that he personally used that content. So let's have a look. Let me just see what I can pick up on. Kara says, please don't take this the wrong way, but you're really lovely from that angle. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, Sharon says, oops, that was my invisible cat knocking your computer. Oh, it's okay then, if it's a cat. Chris Cool, are the symbols and paraphernalia of all the symbols and paraphernalia of a cyclical flailing subculture? Correct. Yes, Lewis. Did he or didn't he? Yeah. Oh my gosh, Sherry, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. Okay. What? See, okay, look, I'm naive. I have very conservative parents, okay? And I am not conservative myself, but I know I've lived a sheltered life. I know that. I've had enough of my own, grief and problems, but I know there's things I've been sheltered from. So the idea of someone who is a member of society running for office who's not like David Duke, but someone like that, the idea of someone like that contributing to a blog about that topic is like, my brain is just like, no, come on. That's ridiculous. Kara said, you had parents who were sincere in their beliefs, even if I don't agree. That's true. They loved me, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Anyway. Mr. Mansion says, I think we all need a boo-boo moment. Well, he's under the blankie. Okay, here's the thing. So, like as I said, my brain, I assume nobody would do that. Nobody would do that. Or if I don't know. I mean, I've seen the stuff, where a guy's wearing a suit, and that's the power inequality. I guess that can be a thing, but this is something you don't share. Yeah, this is something you would keep to yourself. Just keep your quiet. Cat Toy, thank you so much. Toward Thor's replacement, thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Raymond. I'm so sorry. I'll be with you. I'll be in the same boat. It won't be forever. Anyway, yeah, this is something you don't know. Just no. Yeah, you end up feeling a little beaten up, a little on the defensive. This is not okay. I know there's a kink for everybody. There are just some that I mean, could it? I'm having trouble with this. I am. I'm not going to lie. I'm having trouble with this because my brain's like, okay, well, maybe it's like Steve Rogers pretending to be part of Hydra. Maybe that's what it is. They're like saddling up, whatever it is, sidling up, up against a double agent, someone who's undercover. I can't wrap my head around how. Okay. Yeah, this is not good. This is 5 of Cups, trying to make it go away. 7 of Cups. Illusion delusion. Yes, Lewis. They were evil incarnate, but they were snappy dressers. Yes. Entertainment only, YouTube. Entertainment only. Jilly. Oh, thank you so much, Jilly. Thank you. What is Thor's replacement's name? I don't know yet. I don't know. I need to meet her. Or him. Or it. I will respect its pronouns. Whatever it feels like. She should get here Monday or Tuesday, which also means that Patreon's been put off again. I'm so sorry. But I would literally need Sarah's help to do it. I can't hear anything. You could be talking and I would not, there's no way for me to hear anything. So we have to wait again. I'm sorry. So, okay. Okay, quit it. Oh, okay, fine. Just sit here and try not to shake too much. You scare people. Oh, make people queasy. Stop that. Silly. Come on. Just, okay. Okay. All right. You okay? Amy says, and they're offended by cute furry costumes? I know, right? Okay. Chemical sources doesn't mean we get 2 Patreons this month. I'm not sure. Hope so. Okay. We got to go for a ride. Yes. Okay. Well, it's been 54 minutes, so I'm going to... I'm gonna call it for today. Versus you look shook. It's been crazy. But I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful you're here. Thank you. I know people have had a lot of trouble finding the channel, and I know it gets annoying. People telling you to please subscribe, please like, but it really would help. Yeah, apparently YouTube has me linked to channels that don't do this. It's very strange. Anyway, we'll make it work. All right, that's going to do it for me for today. But at 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. Link is in the description box. We just want to encourage you as you work toward whatever it is you want to work toward. In that lull in the middle of the day when it's far too easy to drift into unproductivity. And other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow. So hang in there. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. And I'll see you later, as always. Okay.